Ooh, wow.
Oh,
I feel like B plus here.
yeah.
Oops.
When you lo oh, you lost a Cradle. Okay.
Question mark from unbanned mental misstep.
I think your stream kind of had a hiccup again. That's what it was.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Twitch today. Unbanned mental misstep. It's just like really flaking out on us.
That's really good. Can we cast the thing?
Let me see how much mana that would mean. Why is endurance still in our deck? Did we not board it out?
Uh,
We did not board out one of the endurances. That's funny. But luckily it didn't matter. It's 4, 5. We're one short.
oh, okay.
And I think we.
Hmm. Okay. I think you just wait then, right? Because then, so it'll be kind of like the same thing as before,
Six.
right? I was like,
No, I actually don't
remember
think
how
we
you said like
wait.
no?
I actually don't think we wait because we have to force out their permission here, right?
No, but they have a showing telling hand. That's all they have.
No, what I mean by that is like this is lethal next turn, regardless, and it plays through Emrakul too.
Oh,
Actually, I should not have attacked
okay.
here. I'm 1 mana short for
I
a
was lucky if you
pyroclasm.
just ask and then if you want to play name you the
Actually, I didn't even need to do that. Why did I do that? I have lethal here. If I had to just minus there.
hold on. Is this lethal?
No, I
It's only
screwed
nine.
up. I should have minused. There's a comedy of errors for me.
Oh, I got you. You don't want to play the reclaimer? Okay.
No, I really screwed up. Yeah, I
I
gave
mean,
them multiple
okay,
chances when
well,
I
you
did
won
need
anyway.
to because I should have just like I didn't count it. I assumed that this was lethal is off by one, and then I minus the grist. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
ultimate the
yeah,
grist is what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah, yeah. Use the less ability. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna take a quick 1 minute restroom break. But yeah, very sloppy play
Wait,
by my behalf. Luckily, we have Romari here to instruct me what's the correct play. All right,
All right, I'm gonna
I
make
will
me
be
a.
back in one
I'm gonna
minute,
make a
and then
coffee.
I'll
I'll be
be
right back then.
yeah.
All right, I'll be back in 5 minutes.
Okay, okay. All right, I am back. Some pretty suspect plays on my behalf that game. Just tunnel visioning into certain lines and not um, actually thinking about it. For instance, we had lethal and just didn't bother to count, right? We assumed the power on board was 10 and not 9. We could have just minus 5 the grist. This notably, we were playing the second endurance main because we wanted the extra sideboard slot. Um, there is a very real weakness at the moment for the deck to like fast storm combos that don't go to the graveyard. So I kind of wanted the second mind break trap and then make sure that we can have. A, I think the reason to play elves from a metagame perspective is I think if things align, you're the one non-blue deck that can consistently beat combo. And I think we want to make sure we shore up that the ant matchup, for instance, and the those kind of matchups where they don't necessarily go to the graveyard. So I know Romario is still probably on his way back. We can get started, I think, and then when he's back, he'll just pop right in.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do. Perfect.
Oh, okay.
Came back at the right time.
Only
So
this carry
Romario,
machine
when
that
you
has saved my
stream,
life.
does your stream cut out a lot too? I don't know what's going on today with our stream. Like we've lost a lot of viewers just because of that.
It does sometimes, but I think it's my internet, not Twitch or anything like that. I
Interesting.
know my internet provider sometimes has issues like around like between like 10 and midnight
Uh huh.
sometimes.
I want. How about
So
other people you've watched their stream? Do you see ever cutting out really or no?
not really actually when I think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Every once in a while it does, but not nothing. Yeah, I don't know. I think are you in a Wi-Fi or are you plugged?
I am Wi-Fi for the internet.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like really like I mean in my case I can't even think about it because my router is in my basically my basement.
Uh huh.
Uh so like it'd be really hard for me to pull a wire all the way to my computer. But really if you want to do that, like really should be plugged and not on the Wi-Fi, but
Wait, say
yeah.
that again.
No, so like really if you want to do this, like no, the best way to do it is like to be plugged into the router instead of Wi-Fi, but
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
yeah.
Yeah, my router, looking over, is by my TV. Yeah, I don't really want to run, I think, a wire across the house.
Yeah, no, yeah, sometimes you can't do it.
We are playing
Playing
against
Casey.
Casey.
Like Bama funky deck.
So, probably some kind of like lone Yorion something going on. Why do they have 74 cards?
Uh,
Oh, they're
what is
playing
his companion?
81?
What is their companion?
What
Is
happened?
it Yorion?
Yeah, they're
The
playing
companion. Is
Yorion,
it
but they're playing 81 cards, which is crazy.
Casey is kind of wild. So
Well, I mean, even
I
61
like.
makes me. Huh?
I said I like his decks, but
Well,
81 cards.
it's not even that. It's just I'm surprised 80 is not even enough. Is my comment really?
Man, he want to play more cards.
Like you know what I mean? Like
Remember,
even 61 I
remember
would not
Solnox?
play, but 81 seems even crazier.
Remember in Solnox, Carry used to like he was playing a deck that he kept adding cards to the deck.
Yes, I do vaguely remember that. Ooh, seems like an awkward hand from.
Yeah, very.
I
You're
think here actually I'm just gonna play the visionary.
not gonna EOT Once Upon a Time.
No, no. I think we want the extra because the cradle, like we force them to play a cradle, and if they do, their hand is already really awkward. You know what I mean? Sorry, if they play a wasteland, all right, they're gonna waste our cradle. That's fine.
Pom pom.
We already got value off the first waste the first cradle anyways activation, and then I think we just bash here.
Yeah. What it is, right?
Say that again.
Attack with the two, the Wirewood and the Visionary.
Yeah, yeah. So I didn't bounce there only because I knew that my next turn I'm probably not gonna. I'm probably gonna spend mana to get the cradle again. Is why.
Yeah,
So
we need more mana than more cards. Oh,
I think
you don't have Bog in the deck, right?
I do have bog. I feel like we just do it here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of like a time wall.
Yeah. It's 3 mana for two, I guess. And because that's gonna that's gonna annoy us anyways because of the wasteland. The we want cradle online.
Right.
I think we definitely bash with two, and then probably play the shepherd and almost threaten a kill next turn, right?
Oh, you play the Shepherd?
Yeah, because we have lethal next turn.
Okay. I was thinking of another line, but
I don't
that
think they
makes
have
sense.
sweepers this kind of deck. Uh,
uh,
I think
what
we
if you just
won.
cast Once Upon a Time and try to find a creator?
Yeah. Ash and you shall
Oh,
receive.
there you go. There you go. Oh no, is it worth like once in the vision now?
No, no, we have lethal.
We do? Oh, you're 15 life. Oh shoot, I didn't even see that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, so the line
Da-da-da.
there was I'm not gonna bother to I'm sorry to fetch Cradle because they can waste it anyways. So luckily we have the instant speed. We're playing like a blue deck, right? We have instant speed in case your opponent doesn't do anything.
Creator.
I think Progenitus is really good. I feel like this is an endurance matchup. I feel like they're the type to have
Probably. Yeah.
Earl, huh? What'd you say?
No, so yeah. No, probably because Endurance seems really good against the deck that's playing
Yeah.
Life and Bond and stuff like that.
I think Erasta's probably too slow, right? I think really this card is only good against, in my opinion, kind of only good
Yeah.
against Delver, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's very good against this type of deck that KC is playing.
Yeah. I think we want the Caracas though, right? For the Earl.
Mm.
Could have Teague, but I doubt it.
You know, what's a possibility? He does like to play Teague.
Does he?
Yeah,
I did not know that. Okay, that's good to know.
I think the last few times I played against Casey, he had Teague in his deck.
Uh-huh. All right, they just play the best creature in Legacy. I think on this board state, we just want to ramp. Well, we kind of already have ramp with the creator too. So actually, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go Birchlore first. Because the thing is, like, if they have the removal spell for the Wirewood, then our hand gets a little worse, right? And we already have a lot of ramp, I think. So it's probably fine.
Mm, yeah.
Ooh.
Uh, what's the line here?
The line here.
Just
If they have a,
cast Visionary?
if they have a, well, no. If we're gonna play Visionary, we have to do the Wirewood first, right? Because we're gonna get mana off the Cradle. They made swords in response. We'll see.
Okay, but I think you don't think they just grab Wasteland of the Reclaimer and then you feel pretty sad about it?
No, because I think if they do get Wasteland, we can get Heritage Druid and get Progenitus still next turn.
Okay. Do you do you get the? Oh, okay. Never mind.
What happened?
No, no. I was,
There's an argument to
and you just
me.
get
Actually,
oh
I think we Green Sun here just in case they Wasteland.
yeah, and grab the arbor.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, 100% he's gonna get Wasteland with that flagstones, right?
Well, they could have Engineer. Like I know, I feel like these green players or green blue players like to play Engineer a lot.
Oh, that's true.
Plateau. Okay. Are they on 5 colors? They did
Doesn't
not
look
get
like it.
Wasteland. No,
They
no,
had
no.
plus. That's scary. We don't know what the hell they're doing.
Maybe they're making a Merit Lage. I don't know.
Uh, well, okay.
I think they are just dead.
That's
I mean, I could be wrong, but
that's.
unless they have like Chasm or something, I don't know.
Oh, you know what? That's a possibility. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know if Casey usually plays Chasm or not, but I guess we'll go find out right now.
Do you play the Visionary?
No, I don't want to draw it
Oh,
by
sorry. You play.
accident.
No, no, no. Oh, okay. Well,
So my
so
sequencing there, Romario, was a natural order first, and then I'm gonna play the Visionary.
no, no, no. So when I thought you were gonna pass to the next. I didn't realize you're hitting okay for the trigger ability.
Wait, what?
I thought you were gonna let the 2 mana just go to waste.
Oh no, no, no! I would play the Visionary.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I meant.
Yeah, 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 for sure. I only
Wow,
sequenced
six
it.
oh.
I only sequenced it the way I did because I don't want to accidentally draw the hoof and suddenly throw away a win, right?
Mhm. Yeah, like when you told me about the grist. I never thought about that before until you told me.
It's happened, I think, like
So you
once
don't
where I
accidentally
milled
like
the grist on
so
accident, and then I'm like natural,
so
and I was like,
you
oh shoot, I milled it earlier.
yeah. Yeah, after you told me that one because I never thought about that.
Yeah, I need to stretch more. My back hurts. Black Doctor. The good thing is we can mold this pretty easily. I think
Mm,
here it's actually the glimpse, believe it or not. What do you think?
really?
It's not. We're not gonna be able to
Huh.
cast it for a while.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, makes sense.
And the other cards like they curve out at least, even if it's not great. Okay,
Oof.
I'm even more happy I put away the glimpse.
Yeah. Blood Moon. No, it's not Blood Moon. Sorry,
I
Blood
hate
Sun.
this deck. Okay,
Uh, you drew the same thing.
at least now it's good. We're happy
It's the one
with,
that the lens,
huh?
the lens lose abilities, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we can't fetch anymore. Oof.
Mm. Oh, that's all kinds of awkward.
It really is. Yeah. We needed that glimpse to like be a land or something else, or a green sun a turn earlier. Unfortunately, this is again right. They were playing against the Stompy matchup, and unfortunately, this is like very predicated on who's going first.
Yeah. Well, I think this matchup got better, obviously, after I printed, but
Um. Oh, okay.
it's not a good draw.
It's not. It
I
could be
mean, they're not putting
worse,
pressure, so there's no reason.
huh?
Yeah, they're not putting pressure. There's no Rabble Masters in play or anything like that. So
I actually think the line here is to play the. I think the line here is to play the endurance, right? Or even the collector oof.
you can play.
Yeah, actually, I think I want to do that.
No, but how can you play? No, you can't. You can't. Oh,
Yeah, we have the cradle.
uh, okay.
It's just which one do we want, and I think the endurance is probably correct here. It's the biggest body.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah.
Actually, even better, we can actually just like put this back into our deck. It may matter.
Yeah. High star.
What do they have?
Wow, look how to see the traders.
Ensnaring bird, sure.
Snare bridge.
Sure.
Is it punishing fire too?
Yeah, yeah, they play
All
punishing.
right, so now it's what, grist or bust?
Kind of, I think, yeah.
Okay. Can't
The good thing is we can
attack.
get Grist next turn.
Yeah, if we just draw a land that makes mana.
Oh,
Oh
that's
man,
bad.
that's a problem.
Yeah. Oh, that's really bad. We actually needed that. We actually needed the Well, actually, maybe not. We need the oof to what? Oh my god! Wow.
Oh, this is not going well.
As they said in The Dark Knight, some people just want the world to burn.
All right, we draw a land that makes mana, so we can. I guess at this point you have to guess once upon a time. I guess first.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, no. You probably just want to. No, never mind. They have the grow up.
I don't think there is. We need multiple draws here.
Yeah.
That's not one of them.
Oh, let's see. Because right now, again, they're not killing us, right? So
Yeah, but it's gonna be a problem, I think.
no, they might win. Most likely they will win, but we don't know what's their deck ability. Let's see what their win con is. I'm assuming some kind of planeswalker, right?
Probably. They can win with punishing fire too, technically.
Oh my gosh, no, they're not gonna do that. You're at 22 life. If that's how they want to kill you. I want you to make them click.
I mean, they could technically do it, right? Like they have us go hellbent, and then we can't get past the bridge.
It's two of them.
But probably, yeah, probably
Okay.
Chandra.
All right. Yeah, I think now if you want to scoop them up, you can probably do it because I don't think we're gonna win this one.
Probably not. I'm trying to think, like,
Yeah.
what does our out even look like from here?
If you have a deck, maybe. If you had an Archon, maybe, but I don't think you can.
All right,
No.
I'll save everybody the trouble. We're here
No,
for
because
the
I think
chat, right?
Gristle's the only way, right?
Huh?
So you can kill them. No, I said Gristle. I think it was the only,
Yeah,
Chandra is gonna.
all our draws are dead for a while, so.
Yeah.
I think against this kind of board, I feel like they're the type that might have the 6-drop Chandra. So I think I like
Possible, yeah.
Progenitus better against. Well, yeah, probably the Progenitus, especially with Punishing Fire, and then we just board out the glimpses again.
Hmm.
I think we want lands as much as possible.
Seems like a good idea.
Our opponent just asked if the Weatherlight card Eladramri count as an elf. I said yes.
The weather lights. Oh, that's okay.
Very strange question to ask here, but
Maybe they're just trying to make small talk.
yeah, maybe.
It's hard to catch tone of on text.
Uh-huh. I think we keep here. We have a turn 2 Gris,
Yeah.
which
So,
will win the game.
so assuming that they're not playing Blood Moon, right? So you should just go get Bayou with this.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm just gonna go turn 2 Gris and try to win the game. Like, you know what I mean?
Sounds like a good plan. Also, you should tell him El Drum is not in weather lights from Tempest.
So for chat probably can't see this, but our opponent has asked about El Domri for some reason.
That's a $73 card.
What happened?
Oh, Jeremy, I just looked it up now.
Uh huh.
I said Tempest, but I
Oh
was wondering
wow,
if it
you're
was
right. It is
another
a $70 card. I think I own that card too somewhere.
Yeah, you're the person that should own one of those.
I think I do own it somewhere. I have to look it up.
You should also own a Rofellos.
I unfortunately do not own a Rofellos.
I should definitely put that on your list next time you buy your cards.
Dang, I can't believe all these cards are like so expensive now. I guess it's just EDH, right?
Oh yeah, this one's definitely the age. You can play that card also in pre-modern. It might have some use there.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point about
Oh,
Rofellos and pre-modern.
You know an elf that's super expensive that I don't understand why it's super expensive. It's Elvish Champion.
Really?
I don't see- I
How
don't see why
expensive that
that's
card?
expensive. Say what?
How expensive is Elvish Champion?
Okay, the original one is from Invasion,
Like,
and it's $25.
oh wow.
Yeah, I know. It's like I mean I say expensive because the card has been printed in 7th edition, 8th, 9th, and there's some other promos of this. There's a lot of reprints of this card, and it's still $25.
Mm-hmm. All right, they had the turn 1 counterplay, unfortunately. I
You can
think
play it. No.
here we just collect oof them.
Yeah, for sure.
And just like Stone Rain their land, more or less.
Oh, they mulligan. They only have 3 cards in hand now.
Yeah.
All right. So if they go Chandra here, oh, that's completely fine this time.
Yeah. I think we probably just won right now.
Oh, hold on a second. No, never mind. Just play the Grist. I was trying to. Like,
I think there's no reason not to play Gris here.
That's right. No, I was thinking like, but Sage hits non-basics, right? So you could just hit City Traders, and leave them like locked under their own Trinisphere.
Oh, that is pretty funny.
But yeah.
There's actually some argument now that I think about it to actually hold the collector oof back there because if they play a Rabble Master, I don't think that that deck plays it, but if they did,
Maybe just
um,
jump
we could
with
just
the
chunk with the
token.
oof. But I think yeah, I think because they have Ensnaring Bridge, we can assume no Rabble Master. Wow. Okay, two Punishing Fire, I guess.
Oh man, that
I
Cradle
know,
would have been
right?
pretty good. But luckily we have Elvish Reclaimer that will go grab a thing
I
anyways.
know, right? At least we have a Tarmogoyf, right?
A Thermogryph slash crop rotation.
Right. A Tarmogoyf slash Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah, there you go.
Ensnaring Bridge. Okay.
Oh, this time we came prepared.
Here, I think we do fetch right now.
Yeah. And we like crop rotate, I guess too. Do you still have the endurance in the deck or did you take them out?
I had them in the deck to put the Masager
Okay.
back. You mean right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So when you rotate, I guess you should
Mm-hmm.
get rid of Boseiju. Oh, you should get the no, get the do you have the bog still?
I do.
Yeah, get the bog because both punishing fires in the graveyard right now.
I can still do it on my turn.
Yeah, I guess yeah.
Right? Because we ramp up here, and they're trying to sit back. Oh, they're. I mean, speaking of endurance,
Hmm. Yeah,
I think here
it's
we
weird now because you
bog.
want to activate.
What happened?
No, it's strange now because you want to ultimate grist, but yeah, I
No,
think
the
you just
grist is.
bog them first, right?
I think we definitely bog first, and then we shuffle everything back with the endurance.
Really? Is it? Hold on. Oh, grist deals 1 damage for each creature in your graveyard, right?
Correct. So we're
Uh,
still pretty far away from it for whatever it's worth.
right. Okay. You just play the wirewood too.
I don't even think we need to, right?
Okay. Uh, yeah. I wonder if you should activate the grist before doing the endurance.
Um,
Because once upon a time would find another. I mean, you could find another boss stage, right? So
no, you're right. Because in case we flip another,
I have a gun.
in case we flip a Basager too, that's the other reason too.
Yeah.
All right.
You have the Archon, right?
I think I boarded in the Progenitus.
Ooh. Oh man. Okay. Then I guess you're just gonna draw some cards. Then I guess.
Well, we can get the Collector Oof and just shut their mana too.
Uh, that's a good idea. Isn't it better to just go get Elvish Visionary and like do Wirewood stuff so you can try to find the Boseiju?
Probably actually.
They have no cards in hand, right? So.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. uh.
I
But
think
you
we
wait right
plus
until
first,
the.
huh?
I said we wait until we have lethal, right?
Pro Probably.
Andrea, how you doing?
Yeah, actually, we can just draw a few cards, and we draw natural. It makes it even easier.
Yeah.
That
There's
also
a oof.
makes
There
it
you go.
easier.
You want to play oof? And
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we're a little bit short.
I just remember. I just remember to crop rotate. I mean crop rotate. Wish visionary. I mean reclaimer.
Yeah, yeah.
Because then when you discard the Sage, you're gonna have 3 lands in the graveyard.
1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Do you bounce visionary here? I was about to say.
Yeah, I think we do. Because we don't have lethal yet.
Right. And we have a lot of mana.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Now it's easy.
Yeah. Even a caveman can do it.
Right, like the joke, right?
Or was it the progressive commercials?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
All right. Should we? I think we win, right?
We should, yeah. It's like a gazillion damage.
A Brazilian damage.
139.
Hold on. 139?
I don't think I've ever tried to do as much as possible. It's probably like, I don't know, 200 or something.
139. I've never seen that actually happen on Magic Online. People usually just concede before it happens, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Usually, I had one person before, like, tell me, oh, do the best you can. I said, it's okay. I don't want to waste too much time. I do think the Progenitus is probably better, though, than the Arconia.
I like Archon better.
In this matchup?
Yeah, because you can just name Planeswalker and then they can't really win.
Mm-hmm. Did he have Shadow Skull, though? That's the other thing. I feel like we
Yeah,
have
but
to
I
keep
mean,
this.
like, I don't know. It feels like they have freaking Snare Bridge every game. So like,
We can be in Staring Bridge, though.
oh well, yeah, we just did it, but yeah, I guess it's situational, right? So it's kind of your opponent's very chatty.
I know, for sure. Twitch chat can't see this, but our opponent is, like Romario said, very chatty.
Yeah, they're not salty. They're just talking. So maybe they just want to make friends.
I think here I would lead with a Heritage. Because we don't want to, in case they play Chalice, right?
Yeah, yeah. Or if they decided to punishing fire the first elf.
Right, right, right.
You want to make friends too, Andrea? We'll be friends.
All right,
Oh, are
let's-
you coming to? I don't know if Andrea Capolo is still playing Magic, but there is a Legacy Pit towards the end of the year. Legacy Pit Open. It's here in Richmond. You should come. I think you just play the fetch, right? So we can.
Yeah, so in case they want to Bloodstone us or whatever.
Yeah. Well, it's in October 1st and 2nd, but you have to sign up uh, on the 16th of this month. They probably will sell out. So.
Why you
Darn.
gotta do that?
You'll be in Switzerland. Being in Switzerland seems a lot cooler than being in Richmond.
I think given that they have the Karn out, we have to get the Collector Oof now. But it's awkward because of the...
Yeah, I think you do.
It's really awkward because of they
Oh
have
no,
Punishing
no,
Fire.
no,
Huh?
no, 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 no. Oh, never mind. Freaking Trinisphere. Never mind. I'm sorry, Newton. I didn't mean to start
No,
over.
you're good. We lose otherwise, right? To Lattice.
Yeah, Lattice or what's the name of the other card? I don't like that card. What's the name of the fucking card?
Coding.
Look at me, coding. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I
I mean,
really,
honestly, even something silly like a ballista would have been very good there too.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, we're just so far behind, right? Like they, maybe we should have molded our hand, but I feel like with the Shepherd, actually, are they even playing Chalice? We didn't even see it. Maybe they boarded it out.
You know what? Yeah, we haven't seen Chalice in two, no, game three now, and still haven't seen Chalices. What are they gonna do?
Oh, I hope they lattice us.
That's weird.
They just lost the game.
What's Karn's what is Karn's loyalty there?
Four, but they can't do anything either now. They just lost the
Oh
game.
yeah, yeah. We have two creatures. They have zero.
I think in case
No, no, hold on. What can he do though?
they can have Fury. Well, actually, no, they can't even pay for it. So I just go face. I think
Hold on. Can they pay for Fury?
no, because of Trinisphere.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah. You just attack them.
Yeah, I think the
But you
game's just
still play a
over.
lands, right? Don't you play a lands?
Yeah, just play a land, and then also worst case scenario, they can't mill us out because we just discard the progenitors to size.
Right. Yeah. That is so funny.
I don't know why they did that. Maybe they
They
didn't
definitely
realize because the oof is
no,
out.
they didn't. They didn't. Yeah. It's probably like an interaction that they've never seen happening before. So
Maybe this is the first time they're playing this deck, and yeah, they probably haven't seen the interaction.
I think I did something similar to this, like when uh Karn got printed. This is pretty funny.
They
I
can't
like how
even.
the Wirewood symbiote has the old frame like artifact
I know,
thing.
right?
Yeah, they're just gonna lose to. I have Fury in my hand. Ah, there you go. So you were correct.
Yeah. No, actually, they couldn't even do it, right? Because they had the three ball.
No, no, no. But you're correct that you said they could have Fury. You
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
you guessed.
yeah.
Wow, that's man, those interactions. All right, well, let's go for the trophy.
I know. Maybe we can get there. One more. Romari, I told you you're good luck. All right, as it's loading, I'm gonna get refill of water real quick.
Hey, to show my opponents were like that. Uh, Capolo, that's mean. They were very nice. They were chatting with us.
Yeah, they were really chatty. I'm surprised. Like,
I understand because like sometimes I play decks that I. You said you mean? No, you're not mean. I met you before. Uh, yeah, you don't have a single mean bone in your body now. Uh, no, but yeah, I don't do that anymore because I don't have as much time to play that much Magic anymore. But like, I used to always like play funky decks on Magic Online, and
so our
sometimes you
opponent
get
was
decks
3-0 too,
that.
by the way. Capolo
Say what?
and Romario.
Say what again?
I just saw MTG bot said that our opponent was actually 3-0 as well.
Oh, they were. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I mean, that deck is very scary. Like, I rather not run into it because I feel like it's the type of deck that I cannot really outplay. You know what I mean? It's just like the hand is just gonna dictate itself.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot of Stompy decks in the past. Like, they're just, I don't know. I think they get old pretty fast.
I can see that. Like in terms of like replayability, it doesn't seem like it's that replayable.
Yeah, and also, I mean, I understand. Like, you always hear people joking about this stuff. Like, oh, like I like when my opponent can't do anything. Yeah, it's fun a few times, but then like after a while, like I thought it creates like those board states that are not very fun.
That's fair. What's the deck
And
that you play that you think you enjoy playing like over and over? I guess.
uh, oh, I really like Bug Delver when Death Ray Shaman was little.
Which bug delver you said?
Yeah, remember what was the guy from Croatia? They used to do really well.
Oh,
Malimujo.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Malimujo.
Who was it?
I mean, I think it's pronounced Malimujo,
Uh huh.
but it was like Malimujo. I think that's
Oh yeah,
how they
yeah,
would
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about. The username. It looks like Malamujo.
Yeah. So like I remember copying one of his lists. I
Hmm.
think I talked to him a little bit because he was in Delver chat too, and like uh I was
He
talking to
doesn't play
him and
anymore,
like
huh?
no, I think it was Mike Lewis that was telling me that apparently him and the other guy Jace Mast. I don't know, it's spelled like funny.
Yeah.
Apparently both of them are friends, like and apparently they work like in cruise or something.
Uh huh.
So it's like when you work on one of those places, I mean one of those ships, you're like you're like on land for like a week and then the next week like you're working.
Mm-hmm.
So apparently they, I mean, that's what Mike said. I think something like that. So apparently, like no, they work like no, they play Magic when they're not working, and then the next week they're working. They're not playing. So like,
Gotcha.
but I know he went to like the Grand Prix in the last one that they had in Italy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, but anyways, like no, I copied one of his lists like from when back then, and I had a lot of fun playing that version of Delver.
Mm. Is
But
it because it's more grindy?
yeah, I mean, I like him to rock and I don't know, it was fun.
So I know him to Torok is a very polarizing card. I personally like it, but I know everybody, not everybody, a lot of people that I talk to do not like that card because of how random it is.
Yeah, I think it's fine. The other deck, I played a lot of Mud back in the day, but
Well, that one I know you taught me
like,
to the SCG you told me the other day about. So,
yeah, but I like the version that was like with Goblin Welder and stuff. Like that version is just I don't even know if it's playable anymore. Like
did you
even the
play
pro.
Stuttering Titan too or no?
I did.
Oh, nice.
Uh, and then later when what's the name of that deck? The Deathrise Shaman Stoneblade deck.
Uh
I think
huh.
people it's called Deathblade. I think. Uh, so when that deck was very popular, all the local events that display around here, people were playing that deck.
Uh
So I started playing three Sundering Titans in my deck.
huh.
And it was
Nice.
yeah, that was I went to like Maryland to like an event there. Like Maryland, there's a lot of like legacy players there, and I
Yeah, yeah.
remember
No,
one
I
round.
remember that. I remember that deck a lot actually. Like it got some popularity in the area I played to, and then that deck cannot beat a Blood Moon.
There was a lot of problems with the deck. Like Delver used to always crush that deck, but yeah, Sylvan Plug. Oh yeah, a couple. I like, but the old version, yeah, it's like when, but it was only that period of time, like when Miracles was the big dog. That was yeah, Plug was like so good against Miracles. The only person that used to kind of beat me with Miracles was Joe Lassette.
Hmm.
And that was only because I used to always get paired against him, like in the 10 o'clock. I mean 10 o'clock my time. I guess 7 o'clock y'all's time.
Oh yeah, yeah,
10,
yeah. I know all about
10
that.
o'clock. Yeah. So like I remember the first few times I played against him, and I'll beat him,
Uh huh.
and then later he starts having the red and white fuse card, wear and tear.
Uh huh.
He was the only one that would hold on to that until I had choke and Trinisphere or choke and chalice in play, and then he was just fusing, and that was kind of hard for me to win.
Ooh.
But all the other miracle players that were unaware of what I was doing, like no, they'll get choked like no on game one, and they're like, "What the fuck?" Like,
That's funny.
yeah. My friend David, like we went to like a an SCG in Baltimore, and me and him were playing. I think 74, 75 with the same slug list,
Uh huh.
and twice he got paired against Delver, and he would like choke them in game one,
Hmm.
and twice the like players like called judges to like no check his deck list. Yeah, he
That's
was playing
actually
three chokes in
hilarious.
game deck.
No, I can imagine. I remember the first time somebody cast pyrokinesis to me, game one out of goblins. I asked the judge as well because I was like, why is pyrokinesis? I was playing elves at the time. Why is pyrokinesis? Actually, it might even been DNT. I don't remember what I was playing. Some creature deck. But somebody cast out of goblins against me. Pyrokinesis game one. I was like, can we check their deck list? Like,
Is this right? What a couple. No, you never lost to Joe in like 8 matches. Oh man, I play against Joe like a lot more than that. Because
my true name nemesis I mentioned earlier is Iron Claw 2016. Belcher player I
the
can never
person that you
beat.
don't know who it is.
Huh?
I said the person that you don't know who it is.
Yeah, yeah. I don't even know who they are in real life. Like, I
You
just
should
know them
message
by
them
their
when you like
username
magic
because
one.
there's only one Belcher player on Moto, and it just they just happen to play. in the same time slot as me, so I can never beat them.
I'm saying you should definitely like next time like no ask them like hey just out of curiosity like what part of the country do you live or where do you live I guess. What if they say like oh I live in LA? You're like God damn it.
So Capola, I don't know if you remember or not. We played in a trios event. I think I played you at least one time on paper, and he was on Bug Delver, I believe, and playing engineered me out of the game. So I do remember us playing. I don't know if we ever played online. Maybe, maybe not. But I did. I definitely do play. Remember playing against Capola. Andre on paper one
Playing
time. I think
paper.
he came up from San Diego area.
Ah. All right, we found an opponent. Let's
We're
go for
playing
this
against Odd
trophy.
the Spiders.
The spiders.
I just played against this person the other day.
You did?
I think they're on like some kind of
Do you know what they're
Jeskai
playing?
control or something along those lines.
That's so far that's information checks.
So I think here we just want to ramp, and then we'll go from there.
Okay.
Actually, having played this deck, Mario, which opener do you like more, Green Sun or a Reclaimer?
I like Green Sun.
Yeah, me too. It's generally the best turn
I
one
think
play, and then
I think the
Reclaimer is probably
ramping part
second.
just say what?
I said it's generally the best turn one play, and Reclaimer is usually second.
Yeah, I think having the
The
heavy
mana
ramp
is huge,
is
yeah.
better.
Don't tell me they're gonna force. Oh my god.
What? That's bananas.
No, I told you there are players out there who will just like blindly force my plays.
It wasn't the fairy, yeah, so it's kind of blue white something.
I think
Blue
they
white
beat me
deck.
too the other day. I think they like were on the play when turn three Narset, sorry, and turn four undoing.
Mm.
It was pretty brutal.
That's rough. Everyone's scared of you.
Oh my
Stand fucking
god.
still. Okay. Well, you got the Dried Arbor.
No, but keep in mind their deck is like built with this in mind. I feel like we
No,
have
I
to
know.
crack it now, right?
No. You wait until they get to like more cards in hand, I think.
Uh,
I mean, usually that's what people like to do. I mean, I could be wrong, but if you want to do it, go ahead.
that's the problem. We don't know what's in their hand.
Mhm. Okay. All right, then go ahead and just play against the I don't know Reclaimer, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if they have it, they have it. Like, actually, you know what I should have done? I should have played the Cradle. That was a mistake.
I usually like to make them discard cards, but
I think by that time it's probably too late for us, but I could be wrong.
uh, sometimes it's different because I think most times when I get to the situations like when I'm playing a blue deck,
Mm-hmm.
because if you just like brainstorm in a turn, make them discard cards and then untap, then you're in a good position. But
Mm-hmm.
because then I'll have 7 cards, they have 7 cards in hand, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
But with elves, I guess that changed the dynamic. All right, here comes the prismatic ending. I mean, if
I
it's
don't know.
prismatic ending, there's
This
only
is
one
like
target. Ah, okay, they were deciding, I guess.
this is like one of my least favorite cards to play against. Standstill. And I think they're just gonna go after our
Yes.
mana. Like I really despise this kind of deck.
All right, visionary before Hope Breach in play. Do you even attack? Oh,
I
I
think
guess yeah, you
so.
can
What are
just
they
bounce.
gonna have? A
Yeah,
Snapcaster?
yeah, but I mean, but you can just bounce it back too, so it's fine. I know after they force the Green Suns in, it's like no, they. I mean, seems okay. We're kind of like in parodying cards and yeah. Let's see what they're gonna find. Swords to Plowshares. All right, goodbye. Well, I guess Narset's gonna die next turn then. Maybe.
Yes. Narset's gonna die next turn.
Well, I guess not.
Well, we'll see. We have lethal potentially. Okay, they passed pretty quickly there. And we pitched the Arbor because in case they force, we kill the Narset at least.
Right. That was smooth as butter.
I know, right? BTS would be happy right now.
Did you ever go to their concerts?
I didn't, but I definitely, my wife has been to like 4 of their concerts.
Wow. That's crazy.
She just got home, so the dog is happy. I noticed her hair already.
Oh yeah.
All
Make sure to
right, I
compliment
think against this type of deck, I feel like we don't want Thoughtseize against a standstill deck, right? Or maybe I'm wrong. Romario's on. I
think
forget
I
how I
like this
usually
whatever
board
set
these.
board you.
Huh?
Yeah, I think you.
You do want Thoughtseize against this deck?
I think you sideboard the same way you sideboard against the blue white X control decks.
Oh, without Glimpse, you mean? Oh, just because I feel like they're kind of tempo-ish, or what?
Yeah, I mean they probably have the same stuff, right? Our sets and um,
So
Soul
like this,
Reacher.
you mean?
Yeah, it seems fine.
Yeah, that's probably true. I guess the difference is they have standstill, and instead of having the combo, they probably have like sweepers or something.
Sure to compliment her hair.
I think the spider is slow, Capolo.
Newton,
What?
did you make sure to compliment her hair?
I did. It's nice.
Oh, okay.
That's the first thing I mentioned.
Oh, okay. I
You
didn't
just
get it.
revealed yourself there as a husband, right? Oh, that's how you know.
Yeah, for sure. No spider. Yeah, you should definitely bring a spider for flavor reasons.
Yeah, I think the spider's a little slow. It's like if you play spider and they Jace bounce it or like Teferi bounce, it feels really bad.
They mulligan.
Yeah, they did mulligan.
I just don't want to see Hope Breach here like on turn 3. That's the only thing.
Ooh.
That's I
I think I always seize on one.
don't think he sees here.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. I think we seize here for sure.
Sure, are you sure? Are you sure? Hold on a sec. Are you sure? Okay. If they brainstorm, this is gonna feel bad. Oh, they didn't. Okay. If
Um, I think the only card he care about here is the.
prismatic? Narset? Narset or prismatic?
Say that again.
I said Narset or prismatic.
Yeah, and I think it's Narset. I thank you for the follow slot. I think we actually don't care about the ending here.
Okay.
And Teferi's like real bad against us.
Yeah, the fairy doesn't do anything. The dragon would be just in case you think that they're gonna miss land drops, I guess.
Yeah, the dragon is the try to cheese play.
Yeah, but those I don't know, those next level plays usually don't pan out.
I agree. Like they have a lot of lands, and there's a good chance they're gonna draw into the thing.
Right. They're probably also just gonna spend their turn now just what should we call cycling the thing.
Mm-hmm.
So is this turn just land, cast the wirewood?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
And I sequenced it this way in case they want to remove the bird sword for whatever reason. And this way here, like,
We're in very good shape here.
say that again.
So we're in very good shape now.
Yeah, I think so. So they're gonna drag
Yeah,
in
so
here, and that's okay.
Yeah. Cycle. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that can happen now? They can.
They're probably gonna ending our Waterwood, I think.
Right. Yeah, probably. And then we draw a natural word and we win a game.
Right. Or do we just grist right now too? That's like pretty good.
Oh yeah, yeah. A lot of possibilities here.
Okay, look at my hair.
Blue. Are you gonna ponder first?
Just like the
Oops, how did I flip it? Okay, go ahead. I'm gonna take a picture for my wife real quick.
Of course.
just like here.
You should tell her there's like 27 people watching you take a picture.
I know, right?
That's it? Tell me that.
So the brainstormed. So they're gonna brainstorm and then I guess kill one of your creatures.
Yeah, I would guess they're gonna brainstorm. See, that's weird, right? They play the Vista first. I know, right? If she was single, yeah. If she ever divorced me, this is her new Tinder profile.
That's 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 an awkward conversation to have on the stream.
I know it really is, Capolo. So we know the Tundra's still in their hand.
Yeah, that's also another interesting decision.
I think they're gonna ending here though.
Oh, for sure, yes. Yeah.
Like they can't allow us to play a visionary there. I don't think.
I mean, they could have another removal spell. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we
So
kind of want
they might not have the Tundra now. Maybe they shuffle it away with the brainstorm.
the Teferi, you mean, or the Tundra?
Tundra. Oof, that's a worse draw.
It really was the worst draw.
Okay, I have an idea now.
What's that?
I was gonna tell you to just grab the Arbor.
Yeah, I was gonna
Because
get the Arbor, and then we can either Endurance
cast
or
anything.
Green Sun here. I think Endurance is the play though.
Yeah, because I think they're just gonna cast the fairy.
Actually, we don't want them to Timeless Dragon for value here too, right? So I think we just main phase it, right?
No, they're not gonna do. No, don't. No, I don't think you do it. I think literally just let them cast the fairy.
Oh, and then kill it.
Yeah, like
Sure.
because the way it is now, they can.
Well, we didn't need to fetch then, if that's the case. We could have held off.
No, definitely gonna have to. They're definitely not. Yeah.
One thing about fetching though is it beats removal though. It means we can still cast our endurance. That's one good thing about fetching.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if you fetch and then in response, then yeah, now you do that, and you get rid of the dragon, I guess.
Yeah, and then I think next turn we get the Gris. They have to bounce to Fairy here. I would imagine.
Yeah, but you just poke Teferi and Teferi's off the board.
Right.
Yep, there you go.
Oh my God, Wasteland!
Waste. What the?
I definitely
Alright, well,
was not
that's,
expecting that.
Me neither. Not in a million years. I guess it just gets the other thing. Yeah. All right, let's just draw another Cradle. Oof.
That's really awkward.
The other option was to like Thought Seize them too. I don't know if you thought of that, but
I think we take the Teferi out first.
okay.
Because if
they
they cast,
same Tundra.
well, I guess yeah. I guess we can Thought Seize them now.
Yeah.
I cannot
And then make a
believe
decision.
they ran Wasteland though.
Me neither.
they're
Oh,
just-
okay.
Okay, that's just good news then.
Yeah. All right, I just need Cradle.
That's not
It's a
bad.
land. Do you ramp or no?
You mean with the Green Sun?
Oh no, you just want to. Never mind. You
No,
just
no,
want to cast.
we get grist. That locks up the game, I think.
Yeah, that's true.
I think if we get grist, it's probably over.
First of plowshares.
I don't
Do you
think
bounce?
we.
I think you bounce now, right?
What?
Oh, you don't bounce, right? No, that's right.
No. We want the mana. I don't think we bounce.
Yeah, that's true.
We get the grist and that locks it up, I think.
Okay. Do you fetch for the other arbor here, or I don't even know.
No, because
the
I don't think
arbor's
we
gone.
want to get blown out by Supreme Verdict.
Okay.
I think the play here is actually not fetch because we want to hit land drops naturally.
Okay.
That's fine.
That's a good one too.
There's some argument to be made for a Wirewood here, but I think we get the grist, right?
Yeah, I think Gris is better. Because they don't have anything in hand, right? They just have a plains.
Yeah, I think so too. And then we just
think-
we make them fight on
I
two
think
different
grist
axes.
is-
Yeah.
No, I think also Gris like I don't. No, he beats like sweeper. Probably beats standstill.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, I guess they have to draw another prismatic ending so they can get rid of Gris, but I do think you play the Reclaimer though here.
I want to see. I'm gonna attack first and see what they do here.
Okay. Nupal and Distant, huh? You get 4 insect tokens. Sounds baller.
I think the Reclaimer is important. I agree. Before the Cradle.
Yeah. I think we just won, right?
Yeah, that might just be game now. If they can't answer our board.
Maybe they just drew like counter magic. I know they would have countered the Reclaimer, yes.
We're short, so that's okay.
Alright. I think you just attack. Just don't attack with Reclaimer, right? One has 10 life. What are they gonna cast?
Alright, there's the Supreme.
Alright, let's turn that Dread Arbor into a
Cradle.
Gaia Cradle.
The good thing is it like turns on our grist too, right?
Yeah. What are you gonna play? Stand still now? Son, you're gonna lose if you do that.
I know. I don't think they realize what's going on. Like they're gonna lose if they do that.
Okay. How many creatures in your graveyard? I can't tell from here.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Yeah.
They could have the thing though, the cycler, which would be awkward.
The dragon? Or the sharks?
Mm-hmm, the sharks, yeah.
Yeah, it could be. But I think next turn, like, you're gonna have 5 mana? No, it's not worth it yet. Oh, you have more mana now.
Oh, you talking about are you talking about the card cast hoof?
Yeah, but no, I don't think it's. I think you just.
I think we ride it out. There's no rush.
Yeah. Because if they go to 6, then Grix might become like a threat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a creature. Okay, well then I guess that's the line, right? Is it? Oh, 5 creature cards. It actually says right there. Wow, I didn't even know that. Alright, so if they fetch. Yeah, so you attack first, right?
Yeah. We see if the damage goes through first.
Thanks for the cards,
I
opponent.
know. Thank you for the cards.
Oh, I think they just died too, by the way.
Wait, what?
I think they just died, regardless.
Yeah, yeah, I think so too.
I was wondering because like you can also just like play a creature,
Uh huh.
natural order it away. It would be 6 creatures, and then you ultimate, and then they just dead.
Hmm.
Even if they kill the other one, the other germ. I mean, if they have stifle couple, I'm gonna flip this table.
Even if
Yay!
they did, we're still so far ahead. We have like 10 cards in hand. They have one.
I mean, when the opponent has to break their own stand, still things are not going well, right?
Yeah, I don't understand why maybe they just forgot or they thought we would mess up or something.
Yeah, cast on the stand still there, but maybe they just didn't have any other options.
Maybe, yeah, but the Romario streak continues, right? Like every time Romario's on, we 5-0.
Yep, that's what you guys don't know, but Newton just Venmoed me like some money.
I know, but opponents are gonna want whenever Newton's streaming, you gotta ban Romario.
Ban it.
What do you think of the list that we played though? Look, I'm gonna bring it back up. So I think the main thing is like compared to the stock list is we're playing two endurance instead of the Archon, and that's kind of just a hedge because Archon is not that good game one because for two reasons. Usually they will, well, I guess really one reason because they will kill you before Archon sticks, and you don't know that they're on combo. So I guess there's two reasons. But what do you think about the list we played? We made room for the eighth combo card or anti combo, but then we didn't run into it. But that's okay.
Right, yeah. I like the 6 discard spells.
You
That
you
seems
said
like
you
a
like the six discard spells, right?
yeah, I do.
What about the two traps?
I mean, it depends on the league, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's.
uh,
What about the
but
main deck though? Like so, compared to like Eternal Weekend, for instance, this is the same list more or less. The difference is we cut a fetch and we cut a Birchlar for the two Basejus. And then so more or less the same mana wise, right? Because like a Birchlar and a fetch is almost equivalent like two Baseju. And then the difference is we're playing the Archon side now and we move one of the endurance in the main because I think it's more live game one.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, like I said earlier, like pretty much any deck in Legacy right now like interacts with the graveyard, right? So
Right, right, right. Cool. Yeah, I think this is pretty sweet. Hopefully, we'll see if it get posted or not. But I think this is the
let's see
first
here.
5-0 for sure with Arasta, but definitely not the first and not the last 5-0 with Romario.
I was just looking at decks and MTGO Goldfish, and like out of the top 5 decks,
Uh huh.
3 of them, endurance is not a dead card, so
Is not a good card, you said?
it's not a dead card, so it's a good
Oh,
card. Yeah, because interacts with Delver, interacts with Jeskai Control, and interacts with Ad Nauseam Tendrils. So
it interacts with 8 cast as well, but it's not as good there against Emery.
that's true. Yeah, that's it. There you go. There's a still, but it's something, right?
I think I'm looking at the
And
MTG
honestly,
Go.
against Death and Taxes is not terrible because a 3/4 body against Death and Taxes is kind of
Also,
dead.
I've blown out Death and Taxes players where they just don't expect it to.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
Elves
So
obviously
essentially,
it's dead there. I think it's
and
good
then
against pretty much everything but elves and maybe Stoneblade. But the Stoneblade
yeah,
is
I
the
guess
Delver variant right now, so it's pretty good there too.
I mean Sunblade they usually play some number of Snapcasters, right? So
They do, but I think the Stoneblade here, I'll show it up for screen for chat. But I think this is the bat, yeah, the Delver version. So it's actually pretty good here too, right? It can block Delver,
right. Yeah. 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 That's right. Yeah.
and it does
And
save us a sideboard slot, which pretty important as when like I think our shakiest matchup at the moment is probably the fast storm decks that don't go use the graveyard.
Mhm.
So I
Yeah,
think with that
this list is
said,
pretty good.
go ahead.
I said the list is pretty good.
I'm happy. I got you on, and then we 5-0. We kept the magic alive, so to speak, pun intended. Um,
Magical idea.
let's see who we should raid. I guess Snapbolt Games raided me last time, so I'll go ahead and raid them.
I
Anything
think Kevin's.
chat wants to ask Romario or myself, or anything you want to ask me, Romario, or ask you? I guess. What are your plans? I guess on a higher level tomorrow.
You know what?
Oh, like your plans. What plans do you have going on tomorrow? Also, if it's personal, you
Tomorrow.
don't have to share, obviously.
No, no, no. Tomorrow. I forgot what I'm gonna. Oh, tomorrow. There's a UFC going on tomorrow night, so I'm gonna watch that tomorrow night.
Okay, nice,
Uh,
nice.
yeah. I don't know. There's a thing that I don't know. I gotta confirm with my wife. She wants to do it because it's in DC, so it's like 2 hours away from here.
Oh wow.
Uh, did you ever watch Friends?
I've seen some episodes. I like know the rough like story. Yeah.
Okay, so there's a thing that's called the Friends Experience. Hold on, you know what? Open Google. Let me show you this thing. It's kind
Okay,
of
I'll
funny.
open up
People that
Google.
like watch people that watch Friends, they'll get a kick out of this. I'm not big into the show. Like I watch if it's on TV. Like my wife is watching because I think it's funny.
Uh huh.
Yeah, just type Friends Experience. And it's
So
yeah,
to
they have one
answer
in
New
DC.
Paladin Ace question, why duress over Cabal therapy? I think for me personally in this day and age, I think missing is really bad. And also somebody put Adam Wallace jokingly said, "We just have fewer bad elves to pitch to Cabal therapy, right?" Like, so I'll click on
Oh
this.
yeah, yeah.
But
Before you used to play, so you can like go on the set of like Friends and stuff like.
oh, nice.
And you can go to like the Central Perk, like coffee place. And you can go to their apartment. Uh, and so like my wife, she really likes Friends,
And where
and
is it
then
at?
this thing is in DC, so in Washington DC, so it's like 2 hours away from us.
Ah, gotcha.
But
Is it just a setup?
it is yeah, I think they moved the whole like set, like no the show set there.
Oh, okay. So it's like a tour then.
Yeah,
Uh
because I
huh.
mean I think the studio originally was in New York, but I guess they go on tour like and stuff. I don't know. Uh,
Hmm.
And at first I was like, oh, this thing might be expensive. And then I checked it. I was like $45 for the tickets. I was like, oh, if you want to go, we can drive to DC and pretend to be, I don't know, Monica and whatever the name is, Chandler, I guess, one of those guys. Like,
That's
and
funny you mentioned that. Like, I think in a lot of ways, yep. So for me at least, I know like one thing my wife will mention is I can't really smile correctly when I take photos. So that's like a Chandler thing.
you can smile correctly. That's funny.
So yeah, that's pretty cool though. I wonder if they're gonna have it on the
Yeah.
West
So
Coast.
yeah. So maybe we're gonna do that like tomorrow. Like
Oh yeah, it
the
says it
only
right
the
here:
only
DC, Denver, Phoenix, New York.
yeah the only problem there was like the driving to DC is a pain in the ass like because the traffic there is like really bad. So
Hmm.
but other than that, like we think about like going there to do this thing tomorrow. So
Hmm.
yeah.
Okay, well, if you do go, I hope you have fun, and I definitely had fun again with you on. Like, you're definitely a good luck charm. Every time you're on, we win. Uh, I will go ahead and raid Snap Bowl games, and then I guess I'll let you go then.
Cool.
I know it's late over
All
there
right.
in on the East Coast.
Yeah, yeah, it's 1 o'clock here.
All right, great having you again, Ramar. Take care.
All right, man.